You're watching Single Process with Joe and Barb. We created this video series to help you navigate the difficult process of divorce, and we hope this helps you on your journey. Our episode today is a little off the cuff. We had expert Laura Campbell here with us on other issues, and we love her thoughts on sex, love, romance, and dating post-divorce. So we made her stay, and we're just going to give you her thoughts on this. I love this.
I agree. So, Laura Campbell is an expert on divorce and life transitions. She's also written The Divorce Organizer, which will help you move through your divorce, finance, legal, and emotional. But forget all that. Let's talk about sex.
I don't think there's anything in sex on that
not. So let's get to I know. So what do you want to say about this?
Let's do it. Let's dive right in there.
I love it.
Let's dive right in there. So let's be honest. The honest truth is that for many, by the time that they get divorced, they either haven't had sex for a while with their partner. It's been, there hasn't been touching, there hasn't been intimacy. So everybody's kind of like, okay, I need to reconnect to that, now.
So, what happens is you rush out, the minute your divorce is finally, you start dating, everyone's like, so soon. It's not so soon. There's been years of buildup to get to that.
But here's the thing. There's a difference between wanting to have sex and wanting to get into a new relationship.
Yeah.
It's a very different thing.
Well, one is just filling a void and not becoming self-sufficient, and the other is just having sex and having companionship and not having a lonely...
Well, do you think they're both healthy? They both have a place?
I believe sex is like water and oxygen and the rest of the things that we need to just keep us healthy. I think that there is something about that. Now, this I know rubs up against people, and for everyone who's watching this, they're going to come with their own religious, moral, ethical viewpoints, right? They're going to have parents who think things, their best friends, they may be church going. There may be a million things that say to them, no, this is not what girls and women like you or men like you do. Although it's more common for women to think that it's not something they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
I don't come from that place. I think that that the sexual journey and getting in touch with ourselves and what we like and what feels good, it makes us feel alive. It brings our life it makes it colorful and vital. I don't, however, think that sex always has to be in the form of a new love, long-term relationship. It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't
I think
have to.
They can
you
be
can
separated.
have a fling or a...
I am a firm believer in the friends with benefits has a place if everyone is honest and on the same page.
Okay. What's the downside to doing that?
The downside to doing that, if it's not done in a way where everybody's on the same page, is that one or the other gets emotionally, it becomes, a vehicle for making one feel okay about their own life.
See, I feel like women can't do that. The women are emotional creatures. We talk about this all the time. Men can be detached.
I think we've been nurtured and taught to be that way. I don't think we have to be that way. I think we believe that that's...
I do agree. I agree with that. I really do agree with that. I think that there is something lovely after a long-term marriage that ends in being able to go out and being able to play with what does flirtation feel like? What does a first kiss feel like? What does holding hands feel like?
Well, I think the trap that many get sucked into is that maybe you haven't had a lot of attention, compliments, and positive reinforcement. And then the minute it comes along, that feels like love, when really it's
you want to open your legs.
I mean, let's just say it like it is. I mean, there's a distinct possibility that that's the case. And here's the thing, we're grown-ups. We don't have to ask permission. We have to grant ourselves permission to be who we are and to want what we want. But we also have to weigh with it whether our emotions can handle it. You can't go down that road unless emotionally you feel like I'm okay and I'm going to be okay with this.
Right.
I'm going to be okay just experiencing someone and enjoying this and reconnecting to who I am and my body and all of those things for what it is. And give myself time to kind of figure all the rest out. Then I'll look forward to creating a partnership. This is about not necessarily jumping into partnership, but having some fun.
And I always am worried about keeping it away from my kids.
I was thinking the same thing.
Are you?
So here's the thing. You have to keep it away from your kids. And
then you're lying to them and you're kind of sneaking around, right? Because if I make a date, this happens all the time, and they'll say, "What are you doing tonight?" And I say,
I'm
well,
out
I'm
with
going out to dinner.
friends.
I'm out with friends.
Out with friends.
Or do it when you don't have your kids.
You do it when you don't have your kids, or you say to them, I'm going out with a few friends. They don't really need to know all the details.
And if they do find out, we just say, Mommy's, what do you say?
I sat down with my children and I said to them that this is a time of transition where there'll be lots of new people in my life. Some will be men, some will be women. They will be friends.
She's a transition strategist.
You know, and the reality is there will be lots of new people in your life. There will be lots of new friends. There'll be lots of new experiences. And that the one thing is, if I'm dating someone, I'm going to let you know.
I have one more question. How do you protect your reputation through this? You know, we live in a small town.
I agree with her.
And everyone's talking. Or do we just not care anymore? Do we just say,
well,
whatever?
I think we shouldn't care, but the reality is we do.
Here's the rule that I made, and I strongly encourage it, is to take your playfulness outside of your town.
A few times I've done that. I run into people everywhere. I mean, you do.
And you may.
Okay,
and that's
so
okay.
what? Yeah.
It's not their business what we do, right?
Uber a little further away.
I know. Uber to the next town. We can move up to the state of Vermont.
We don't have to justify what we do as, adults.
Yeah.
It's really not.
That's a good reminder, because I think we feel like we do. I do.
I know. We feel like we have to justify. We're allowed to do whatever. Would I be out in public in town where your children go to school with someone and making, like climbing all over the table all over each other? Perhaps not.
Right.
Perhaps I would save that for,
For Vermont.
For Vermont, for someone's house, whatever. But I think that we need to grant permission to ourselves and to those around us to do the things that make us feel good. We have one life to live.
I kind of agree.
Only one.
And honestly, if you watch your segment on emotional health, if you are in an emotionally good place, there's no reason you can't do this.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
All right.
I love it.
Absolutely not.
Glad we swung this one.
I love it. That's good stuff. Thank you, Laura. For more information on how to be successful with dating and your sex life, log on to singleprocess.me.